Alrighty, 93. We are using a fraction bar as a symbol of inclusion. So this is especially important when we're talking about the order of operations. Remember, symbols of inclusion usually have been parentheses, brackets, braces, things like that. But we also can see the fraction bar as a parentheses. So what that means is that when we have a fraction, we need to simplify our numerator and denominators independently. So we're going to simplify our entire numerator, then simplify our entire denominator. Then at the end of that, we can simplify the fraction or do that division, which is what that fraction bar a lot of times means. So there's only one practice in this lesson, so we're going to get right to it. So I'm going to move us out of the way there. So the original problem was 6 minus, parentheses, 2 minus 5 plus 4 times 2 plus 3 all over 2, parentheses, negative 1 minus 1, close parentheses. All right, so order of operations should be kind of ready in your mind, and you know that you need to simplify this numerator or this parenthesis right here. We also know that this multiplication gets done pretty quickly in the chain of events. And then there's another parenthesis that we need to simplify first. So what I tend to do at this age, at your age, is I start to show you how you can work through a problem and do multiple steps, making sure that you're only doing steps that don't affect other parts of the problem. So in this first example, we're going to be able to do this parentheses, we'll be able to do this parentheses, and we're going to multiply all in one step because it doesn't have any impact on the other parts of the problem. They're independent. Okay, so if we look on over, okay, so I think I can get you in the both screen. Yeah, so we have 6 minus, and I just wrote that over here, 6 minus. Then we have 2 minus 5. Now we recall that 2 minus 5 is negative 3. Okay, plus, I wrote a plus, 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. And then plus 3 at the end. Okay, so I went through, I did my parentheses, I did my multiplication. They don't have any impact on each other right now, and I wrote it down. Okay, and I'm writing every step, good work, so that the teacher knows what you're doing. 2 in the denominator, I wrote that down. And then your parentheses, negative 1 minus 1 means negative 2, kept it in parentheses. Okay, so we have 2 times negative 2 at the bottom. All right, so now this next step, I'm looking and I can go ahead and simplify these 2 negatives in a row. We know 2 negatives in a row equals a positive, so a plus, right? Plus 3. And I can also do this bottom part because that's not impacting anything else. So let's go down here. And so I rewrote my 6. Negative, negative is positive, so plus 3. Plus 8 plus 3. And then over negative 4. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. So in my numerator, I can just add all those numbers. And we learned about the commutative property and the associative property the other day. So I'm allowed to switch the order if that helps, so that I can look at maybe 6 plus 8 is 14 and 3 plus 3 is 6. 14 plus 6, is 20, right? So we get our 20 over negative 4, which is equal to negative 5. So that's in a simple example. This example is not too simple, actually, but it's kind of a snapshot of this kind of problem. And this is the only one they're giving us. So I hope it's enough. If you need extra problems or you don't understand the concept, please let me know and I can find some more. But go through this video while you're doing the new problems so that you make sure that you're following all the steps so that you're on top of this. All right, I'll be back in a second with the next lesson.